1.
Welcome back to Ghost-Powered Entertainment. I'm your host, Kainan Becker, and today I review what I consider to be John Carpenter's most underrated film, In the Mouth of Madness. So before I get to the review, I just wanted to mention that this mask, as well as other masks you guys have seen me wear before, are now available on eBay. I will put the link down below. Alright, so In the Mouth of Madness to me is, like I said, by far, in my opinion, the most underrated movie John Carpenter did. The story starts out about an investigator who's trying to find an author whose latest book is causing people to go insane. This is really a story about slipping into madness, not being able to see the difference anymore, not being able to differentiate reality, which to me is one of the scariest stories that can be told. It's one of the few things that really does scare me. If you're into the Lovecraftian mythos, I think this is a movie that you will definitely love. It is probably my favorite Lovecraftian type of movie. So for the first half of the movie, it's a very mysterious type of movie, and then in the second half, it turns more into horror. It becomes more and more Lovecraftian as the movie goes. I love the overall look of this. It has that small town America creepy type of look. They go and search for this small town, and when they get there, it just has this real American Gothic, creepy kind of small town America feel about it. The overall look of this movie is so good, but I feel like the story is what really brings this one out. So to me, you put John Carpenter's Halloween and The Thing right up here, and then that next tier down, to me, that's where In the Mouth of Madness is. I actually enjoy it more than I do probably any other John Carpenter movie. I'm a big fan of all of John Carpenter's movies, but to me, this one is definitely up there. So it's always amazed me over the years how little recognition this movie has received. I remember seeing it when it first came out. I think I saw it right after it was out of theaters, and I rented it from Blockbuster Video. So for all you young people out there was these stores where you could rent movies on these things that you put inside of a box. No, anyway, yeah, so I rented it from Hollywood Video and watched it with a couple of my friends. And I remember it just really blowing me away. It feels kind of like a bad dream. Like the whole movie has this dreamy type of element about it. And I don't want to give too much away because this movie can easily be spoiled. There's a lot of twists and turns, and it has this creepy mystery kind of feel about it. One of the things I will say that's a little bit of a spoiler is that it has that feeling of being in a nightmare that just won't end, that just keeps repeating. It's like every time you feel like you're escaping from that nightmare, you're back in it. It definitely has that feel for a lot of the movie. So I don't want to tell you too much about that, but let's just say that is a big kind of premise in this, and it's one of those things that really is creepy to me and has always kind of grabbed a hold of me tightly and made this movie memorable. It has a really amazing cast, really well acted all the way across the board. I mean, this movie's old, so it has a few cheesy, I don't know, maybe special effects and stuff that dated a little, but there's some really cool practicals that are done in this that, to me, are so fascinating to watch. You know me, I always talk about practical effects. This movie has some amazing practical effects. A lot of my favorite practical effects that I've ever seen are done in this. There's this long, dark hallway scene where there's these things that come out, and I'm trying not to give too much away. But it's very creepy and really fun, and it just looks amazing. The overall look of this movie, the story, the acting, I mean, it's really a solid movie. There's not a lot you can pick apart. I've still never been able to figure out, especially as famous as John Carpenter is, and how big a lot of his movies are. I mean, even They Live has gained this huge cult following, but yet for some reason, I mean, people know of this movie, but it doesn't have that cult following that I've always thought it should. I've always thought it's one of the very best John Carpenter movies, and I've always believed that it really deserves to have one of those huge diehard fan bases that it doesn't. To wrap this up, I just want to tell you guys, definitely check this movie out. I looked, and it's not streaming anywhere, but there are places you can still rent it on VOD. It's worth that $3.99 Amazon rental or Apple rental. This is my recommendation for the week. I highly recommend checking out In the Mouth of Madness. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please crush that like button, and I will see you guys next time.